everybody, this is Tambio and I'm back with another third-party Transformers video review. This time I have ToyWorld TW-C01 Bulldozer, also known as Bonecrusher. Alright, so here on the box, once again, we have just basic artwork of Bonecrusher here with part of, I assume this is just going to be Cybertron. I said on some of my other ones that look like part of Unicron or something also, but I think it's just Cybertron. All the boxes on this side will also stack up to make a big picture also, along with this side right here, which this will all combine up to make one big picture also. So basically you got the ToyWorld logo here. You have nothing really on the back, which is kind of a shame. Normally we have pictures of it in robot mode and vehicle modes and such. All we have is robot mode and then basically the limb modes or whatever alternate mode it has in with the box on the side here with that alternate picture, and then we have basically nothing on the top and bottom. So open up the box here. Again, right inside the box we have the instructions, and then we have a little sticker, and then the text, the little card underneath there. It's underneath there. I'll get it out in just a moment. And then under these this nice black foam, we have the figure here. So basically pull this piece out also, and okay, and here is the figure itself, Bulldozer. So you kind of want to be careful when pulling him out because these treads do kind of stick onto this foam, and it kind of gives a little bit of an issue when pulling out. It kind of wants to get stuck and pull up. So we got a hand, and then we also have the arm portion here. So, oh, yep, and drill. And then we have some extra pieces in here, in this part right here. Let me see if I can get these out. Alright, so we have screw hole covers in both green and purple. And then we have extra treads here, which is really nice. You need those extra treads. I haven't seen a lot of stress marks on them. I know I watched Drunken Jack's review. He said he's seen some stress marks. Mainly the thing that I see in with these things are that there's extra kind of leftover plastic from, see, like right here, and it causes it to get hung up sometimes. But I haven't really seen any real stress marks. I actually took the treads off and I inspected them, and I didn't really find anything on them. So so that is that. Let me move this box out of the way. Alright, so here is the figure itself, and I'm going to flip this up. And so this right here, one thing that we need to do is we need to bring these up. So we're just setting up the figure right now, just so that he's and just kind of clamp all that stuff together, and it rolls fairly nice on my foam board here that I use for my reviews. So it's not much of an issue there. Sticker, and then the card, and if you flip it, then he has his stats here, and then his picture here, and then he has his arm mode here. If you do remember one of my other videos, one of the other videos, they did send proper cards with everything complete in them and working correctly, where if you flip it, instead of showing text, the text specs, it actually shows it in vehicle mode, and then on the back it actually shows the tech specs. So you have your instructions here, and basic red and gray type of instructions, where the red is what changes, and then it shows you where the arm goes, stuff like that. So yeah, here he is again. Like I said, it rolls fairly well. The main issue that I have with it is that some of the extra runoff of I guess flashing from the mold, because a mold, whenever you do injection molding for a figure or whatever, there's two parts, and it goes like this, and then you end up having, if the mold doesn't meet exactly in the middle, then you have some pieces that some excess that'll come out, and that's the issue that I have with this, is that there's some excess on some of these pieces, and it causes them to stick a little bit. I think if you went through, broke all of them apart, and then kind of cut that off with a knife or something, like a hobby knife, then you wouldn't have as much issues. But I don't think that somebody's going to want to go through and break all these apart, or unattach them, not break, to just to fix the tread portions. I don't think a lot of people are really going to have it in this mode. They're going to have it in either robot mode or in combined mode. So you have some movement here with the bulldozer portion, where it can go up and down a little bit. It can tip up a little bit, and that's mainly in with the articulation for this section, except for the real working treads that are on here, which are, once again, they're really nice. And then it also uses a spring system in here, which tightens the treads and forces it out so it stays in the grooves on there. Alright, so I guess let's go ahead and get into transformation on this guy. So first thing we want to do is we want to detach these portions right here. Okay, and then we're going to swing it towards this way, and we'll just have it on the side for right now. And then we'll come underneath here, and we're going to take and pop this down. And this comes unattached. The only place that it really tabs into is there's a tab right here that tabs into a hole right here. So, and then you got to create what are the feet. And it's kind of a little deceiving on here. It looks like these are actually treads, but they're not molded in. So I don't know if you saw that, but you flip around the toe, and then you flip this out like this. See? And then that's basically your foot, and then you can pivot it up and down with this joint right here. So it's not actually a part of the tread. So then we want to do this side also. So you flip this toe forward and then tab it into there. Flip that out, and flip that out. And then you want to create a this thing right here actually goes around the back end of the knee, which then creates I don't know how to explain it, but or the proper term for it. But let's see here. Whenever you get this out, and you take these and tab these together like that, then it creates kind of a place in with this to so that the tread doesn't come out. It still stays up against the leg when it bends at the knee. So we'll do that for this side also. Alright. Alright, so then the next portion is kind of a little weird. It doesn't really work correctly in this form right here. There's a tab right here, and then right here it doesn't really tab in that well. Untab this properly. You untab this, and it's not really tabbed in, like I said. I think it's really tabbed in on one side, but you go like that, and see, it's supposed to tab in to here. Remember, this is supposed to tab into these little holes that are in here. See those little holes in there? So it's supposed to tab into there. But it doesn't really work that great. So then you come here and you want to do some stuff with the arms. So basically we want to fold these out. Alright, and then we're going to take and rotate this down. You see how this dropped down? Then it actually, sorry, I did this wrong. I did this incorrectly. You actually take and extend this out first. You extend that out, then lower this down. This will go in. This will go down and covers up that portion right there. And then you have kind of a double, almost elbow type thing. I'm not really going to pull out the hands right now. We'll wait for just a moment on that. Once again, you pull this out, lift that up, lift this down, or lift it down. Alright, so then with that complete, we're going to move this back because we need to expose the head. Just flip out the head like that. This actually goes back like this on the shoulders. We rotate up. And then what you want to do is you have to take this, flip this up. You want to take this connector bit. It's really hard to get this to go sometimes. But you have to take this and, well, okay, there we go. Alright, so then once you have that, then this we'll wait just a moment. I kind of jumped ahead a little bit. This has to go down, and then this folds up on here. This is going to create the chest portion. But what we want to do first is we want to go ahead and create the legs. So take this, and this goes down like that. And then we lower these down, but these have to go down at the same time. So these go down and then the legs swing out like this. So you don't want to force the treads. Oh, I do see a stress mark on one of the treads already. Okay. Found one right there. I'll show how to replace that out in just a little bit. So you don't want to work off of the tread, you want to work off of the foot portion. So you don't want to try to stress those treads any more than they already are. Seeing how this is straight and that one is not. So I've got to pull that out and try to push them in at the same time again. Come on. And be careful on the treads. that one right there. So I'm just checking the treads to make sure that there's not any more that are messed up. It's just that one right there. Okay. That's a shame. Okay. Alright, so to connect this portion to the body, now you want to take these and go around like this, and there's a little tab, then there's a little slot right in there, see? So let me get my camera lined up properly. Alright, so this comes down. Okay, there we go. Alright, and then that goes on top of that and just covers up that portion right there of the connector bit. Okay, and this will go up. We want to pull this to back. This will go up, and then these, you flip these out, this will come up, and then it will tab or clip onto the edge. And then you want to take these and push these in a little bit, and it will eventually sit in a spot. Make sure that everything here, there's tabs that it tabs into here. Oops, this came undone. There we go. Okay. Come on. Alright. And the light piping on this guy is very bright. You can see it already on the camera. Basically, it's just a hollow piece of plastic. Not a hollow piece of plastic, but a completely big chunk of clear plastic that goes all the way through his head. Alright, so for the hand, there's a panel that flips up. There it is. And then the hand comes out. You can twist it, pull out the thumb, and the panel right here. Flip this out, put that back down. Then we got a thumb here. Alright, so there he is in robot form. He looks pretty nice. There's not a lot of kibble on him. You have a little bit with this scoop right here, but for the main part, it all hides up pretty well. I think I'm still not doing this right, but it looks correct, because this is tabbed in and this is tabbed in up here. So alright, so for his weapon, oh, I think I forgot to pull out his weapon. I accidentally left his weapon in the box, so once again, it has the little holes in the side of it, so that you can tab it into the hand. It stays fairly well. You can see, if I open this hand, you can see the tab in the hand. It's right there. I don't know if you can see that or not. I can see it through my viewfinder. Alright, so for articulation, I kind of showed off how the knee joint works, and how some of this works. This actually rocks also, so you have some movement in the foot right here. You can move it in and out. That's mainly transformation. You have the ability to raise and lower the toe and the heel. God, the colors look way off, man. Hopefully, I messed with the settings on my camera again, and hopefully I didn't mess up the colors and stuff, because it looks a little off on my camera here. I should have tested it again, but I didn't. So the gun, the knees, you have the knee joint right here. This little piece back here keeps it so that the treads don't flop out. For the head, you come up here, it's on a ball joint, I do believe. It feels like it's a ball joint. No, it's not. It's two joints. There's a joint that allows you to raise the head up and down, and then you can twist it. So that's it. If it was a ball joint, you'd be able to twist it side to side. There's a joint here so that you can move the arm up and down. There's a joint here at the shoulder. There's the twist right there up above the elbow. There's basically two elbow joints in there because of transformation. Then you have your fingers. Each finger is individually articulated at the first knuckle. So that's pretty much it for him in this mode. So let me go ahead and show off him in his arm mode, his combined mode. So basically what we have to do is get it back to his vehicle mode again. So let me set off his weapon off to the side. Alright, so we'll undo this. Make sure that panel then slides back into the arm. So, see, there's a hole right there. Make sure that that panel then slides back into the arm. Okay. All right. Put this stuff back up. Alright, put this back up. I think probably if you went and yeah, I think probably if you went and just loosened that screw just a tad bit, it probably would help. Alright, oops. Put the head down. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, I gotta rotate this back around. Alright. It is weird that there's a, that'll come open. I'm trying to remember. Okay. Alright, so now we have to split the legs apart. Luckily that's a little bit easier than it is to put them originally. You have to pull this up just a little bit because this kind of locks them into place. The just once again, don't put any pressure on the treads, because that's when you get stress marks on these pieces. Okay. All right. So this goes back. Take this and lower these down. All right. So you're supposed to take these and flip these out, but you can leave them up. It's just not going to lock into place there, but it doesn't lock into place anyways. So alright, so now you take these, pop these, flip these down just to get them into where they're supposed to be, I guess, for right now. Alright, this. And then this, flip up. So we'll do that again with this side. That, and like that, and then we'll take this and then flip this up like that, clip these two together, alright, oops, like that, and then this will then go up here and then tab into that again. Lift this up. It's getting caught on this back panel. Come on, there it goes. All right. Together again. Tabbed in. All right, so he's basically back to his leg mode. Alright, so now I'm going to kind of show how, since one of these pieces is kind of messed up, I'm going to show how to take it off and put a new one in. So what you want to do is you want to pull this forward a little bit and then detach like that. See, and then you can slide it out and see how this is. I don't know if you can see it's a little stressed right there. There's a kind of a stress mark on there. It's really hard to see with this light. Basically what you want to do is just take one of these, bend it like that, and then pull straight back like that. So that removes a link. So you want to do this, you want to remove a link to this one. Alright, and then just reattach the new one. And then put this in, and then you'll go and just reattach like so. And presto, it's good as new. So. Okay, and so to change him into his arm mode, and that's what we've been kind of waiting for on this. So this is going to stay here. We're going to take and bring this back down for a second, and then while this is down, then we'll take and force this out there like that. And see, with that not secured on there, you have a little bit of an issue with the stuff wanting to move around, and it's, like I said, it's really hard to connect it, and it doesn't want to stay. It's supposed to go like this, but things just don't stay aligned very well. It'll stay there, but it's, I guess I'll go ahead and leave it there and make me a liar. So to attach the arm, you want to flip this up. Which way does it go? I'm trying to remember which way this arm goes. So this is the arm section right here, and it has an elbow, which is kind of weird. It actually splits this arm as part of the elbow. You could still put it back like that, but it's really strange. So you have either the drill bit, which I think it fires. Yep, fires. It just made a hole. And then you have your fist. So it's not all the way in there. Is it? I don't know. Yeah, okay. Fists are a little bit heavy, so it doesn't fly as well, but see, you have your fist here, and every single knuckle is articulated on this thing. It's very, 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 very articulated. There's a lot of points in here. I don't know if I can count all of them. So you have your twist right here. You have this swivel right here. You have this right here. You have a twist right here. You have this right here. Your second knuckle. Then you have the knuckles right here, and then you can actually move them out like this. Then each of the other knuckles are individually articulated also. So it's very articulated, very, very articulated. So. Alright, so to connect this, I'm trying to, okay, so it's going to go, see there's two holes right here, and then there's two, it's going to go in here. But when it goes in there, it's also going to go on the other side of the T. So you got to make sure that all this stuff is lined up properly without pushing on the treads. And at least this one's the easier one of the two. The other one is kind of a really big pain. I didn't think I had that much problem the first time I did it. Okay, so it's in there, and then what you do is take it, and then you want to move it into here. See how you have the T? So you want to move it into there, and then once again it'll actually lock. Make sure everything is straight. Should lock into there. Come on. Oh, it came apart. There we go. Okay, push that back into there if I can. Come on, pop back in. There we go. Alright, so that's in there. Jeez. Alright, so now this panel will flip onto there, and that'll tab into there also. It's supposed to, but it doesn't look like it's holding very well. So now you have a big old arm. And the arm is very, very, very tall. Oh gosh, let me go get MP Optimus Prime. All right, so here's MP10, and he's kind of out of frame. So let me this stuff framed up. Alright, and here's the arm. So let's just say the knuckles are like this. So there's the arm. It's right next to him. It's taller than MP10. So here, let me pan up the camera so you can see. Yeah, very large, very, 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 very large. This is a drill bit again. So yeah, he's gonna be very big whenever he's finished. He's all said and done. So we still have 2 more pieces that need to come out on this guy, or to be released. So all right, so it moves my backdrop a little bit. It's got a lot of weight to it. So all right, so let's go ahead and get him back. And see, then taking it apart isn't as hard. It just comes right off. So there. Put that back down. Make that straight. Push those in. This goes down. Alright, so that is it, and you can't really see them there. Alright, so that's it with Bulldozer. Oh, I forgot to do this. I forgot to put this back. This is actually one of the hardest parts to do, is actually flip this up. So now that's it for Bulldozer. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter. This has been Tambiota, and I'll see you guys next time.